as a fire mage in PvP, 100% take Scorch. Either Icy Barrier or Temporal Shield, depending on what you're fighting. For stealths, I'm going to be taking Temporal Shield. For everyone else, Ice Barrier. 1v1, take Frostjaw. Arena and RBG, Ring of Frost. Level 60, tree, whatever you prefer. I mean, 1v1, exactly the same as Arena for this tree. Either Quarterize or Cold Snap, depending on your playstyle. But Cold Snap works out as more cooldowns for you to use. The 75 tree, Frost Bomb or Living Bomb. Frost Bomb though gives you more utility in PvP. And the level 90 tree, Incanter's Ward or Invocation. But in Arena you want to be taking Incanter's Ward just because you're never going to get a full cast off at high rating. So now we'll move on to the glyphs. The glyphs I'm still playing around with. I mean, there's so many good glyphs. Some people are saying take the armor's glyph so you can change it. You don't need to change anymore. Once you've got an armor on, you keep that armor for the whole game because it can't be dispelled and it has no time duration now, so you never need to change it. And you can now see who you're fighting, like I said earlier, before the doors open. So if you see you're fighting a caster team or a warlock team, you use mage armor so the dots last not as long. If you're fighting a melee team, frost armor. Anything else, molten armor. Simple. So that's really easy. You don't need the armor's glyph. You never need to swap armor now. Combustion. This glyph is wow. I mean, I can't decide whether yes or no to this glyph yet. For 1v1, definitely take this glyph. It increases the direct damage by 100%. So here the tooltip says 20k. That's with the glyph. So as soon as I pop Combustion, you take 20k damage, which is a lot, you know. If it crits, which it will do if you fire because you stack crit through the roof and you've got Shatter now, that's, if you're popping cooldowns at the same time, I've had 85k crits in PvP with Combustion, so wow. I like Combustion as a glyph, I'll be using that. Evocation, every mage needs it, gives you health back, maybe not in Arena depending on your healer. I mean, when I was playing RMP at high rating, I didn't use the evocation glyph, I used more defensives and just let the priest keep me alive, so you may not need this, but for 1v1 I take evocation. Deep freeze, I've been playing around with this because, as all mages will know, every mage gets deep freeze now, and what this means is it's off the global cooldown, because one thing what's really annoying as a mage is you freeze someone, you Frost Nova, and then you go to deep freeze them, and the Frost Nova breaks before you have chance to cast deep freeze. But now it's off the global cooldown, so you can macro it if you need to, do it instantly. So no one can break the Nova before you get chance to cast deep freeze. So I really like this glyph. However, in Arena, maybe not. There's a lot more important things. As far as the new glyphs go, Counterspell, you can now cast Counterspell while you're casting another spell, so you don't have to interrupt yourself. I will not be using this, just because I have a macro somewhere there, which, stop casting, cast Counterspell. I've also got somewhere here my Arena target Counterspell macros, so it'd be a major change for me to change the playstyle just to make that glyph work, so no, I won't be using it. Fire Blast, pointless, because we as fire mages have Inferno Blast. Frost Fireball, no. Polymorph, yes. In Arena, I will be changing Deep Freeze to Polymorph, because if you've got dots on someone, when you polymorph them, the dots break Polymorph, as everyone knows, so by using Polymorph, so when you cast it, removes the dots from the target. It's basic, it's common sense, you don't want your sheep to break. So in Arena, I'll be replacing Deep Freeze with Polymorph. Blink, no, I don't like. Frost Nova could work, it's a possibility. I'll have to wait till Arenas come out to try that, or I'll try it in some war games. Oh, someone from my guild there. No, it's not my guild, it's just, ignore me. Ice Block. I don't know. It gives an extra Frost Nova when it breaks. Wow, it's an extra DR. No, I won't be using it. Icy Veins we can't use as fire mages. Invisibility increases movement speed. It's nothing major because they can't see you anyway, so it gives you that time to get into position. Increased damage dealt by 10% whenever you remove a curse. This could be amazing, but I think it's dispellable. So if I decurse someone, get the power increase, an enemy will just dispel me or spell steal it, so no, that's for arcane. Spell steal. This is... I want to see if there's... I need to make a GM ticket to ask them a question about this because it's not on any forums, I can't find any information about it. I think that has to have an internal cooldown on it. Otherwise, against a resto shaman, a resto druid, I'll just spell steal the fuck out of them and let me, I'll heal myself back to full health. So maybe it's a possibility I might be using this. And water elemental, no. As far as the minor glyphs go, the minor glyphs, they do nothing special. By far the rank 1 glyph is Critomorph, everybody knows it. But yeah, momentum teleports you in the direction you're moving instead of the direction you're facing. It could be good. There's a lot of talk about the backpedal blink, but I personally use S for my shields. I can't backpedal. So I can maybe use an arrow key. No, I can't use an arrow key. That's bound to through my Razor Naga to Polymorph Arena 2. So no, I won't be using it because it's just natural for me to turn, blink, turn back. So no. There's quite a few glyphs now to change the animation, the texture of your polymorph. You can have a bear, porcupine, penguin, there's loads. Mirror images. I've seen a lot of mages taking this to increase the damage of them because they then use fireballs, so they do 25% more damage. But I don't. I like to keep them as frostball and mirror images because, as you will see, let's get them cast in. Come on, get them out. They all apply a slowing effect, which, like I said earlier, you want to be slowing your enemies as a mage. If it's a caster, no you don't, because either way they can hit you, but it's just details, I like to slow my enemies, so I'll be using the default mirror images with Frostbolt. Monkeys again, penguin, rapid teleport. It's the minor glyphs are just role play little perks now. They don't actually give you any major advantage in the game. I mean, I use arcane language, does nothing because everyone just talks in Orcish or common anyway if you're Alliance. Illusion is basically a free potion of illusion, just makes you look like someone else. You just get a new spell, and Critomorph. If you polymorph a critter, it lasts for 1 day and you can then polymorph as many critters as you want. It doesn't remove the buff from the other critter, so yeah, that's it. So I hope that's helped you all learn about the talents and what you should be taking for different situations. And as I said, no spec is 100%. In Arena now, you can see who you're fighting before the doors open. That's where you will be grinding out really quickly, changing your spec, matching it for the opponents. So this is just a general PvP spec at the minute. I'll give you some examples. We come up against a TSG, I'm straight away going to change to nothing. This is actually the spec I'd use against TSG. Rogue Feral Priest, let's say, I'm going to go Temporal Shield, and I'm going to go Quarter Eyes because they have a lot of burst. And that'd be the changes I'd make for that. Mage doesn't have that many changes to make. However, Hunters, they can change for whatever day of the week it is. It's irrelevant for a Hunter. But yeah, as far as Mage goes, there's only this row, level 30 tier, the level 60 tier, and the level 90 tier. You'll be changing in Arena, and in 1v1 you can change Ring of Frost to Frostjaw. In fact, always, whenever you're doing a 1v1, change to Frostjaw because it's just better. Just don't use Frostjaw when they've got ready a silence ready. So thanks for listening. I'll be doing a Frost guide whenever I manage to record it. So